comes Justin Wright making a push in lane 4. Justin Wright wearing that Arizona cap. He's in a gear, and Justin Wright looks like he's going to win this, and he does in the last 50. What a push.
What a 200 butterfly final, just absolutely electric. Just one of the many surprising races we had here at the William Willett Aquatic Center. You're watching Deck Pass Live, presented by Xfinity, and we're here at the 2018 Phillips 66 National Championships, and there are the results of that men's 200 butterfly. Justin Wright, the only swimmer under 155 with that 154.63, and look at that, just all those 155s, and just a lot of surprising races, because we thought those guys, Tom Shields and Chase Kalish, were going to be the ones who would win that race. And it's just the upstarts who just came in and said, nope, it's us.
You know, it's so interesting when you come into these meets, because you always have those favorites, right, that you watch, that you look for. But then you always kind of look for a little bit of one of those guys who has been swimming really well, maybe hasn't made a final, maybe hasn't won before. And I think that's what we saw tonight. And it was so much fun.
It was so much fun to watch. And we have with us here the winner of the men's 200 butterfly, Justin Wright, Arizona Wildcat. Justin, thank you so much for joining us. Congratulations.
Hey, thank you for having me.
So we're about an hour and a half since you won that 200 fly. Has it sunk in?
Not in the slightest. I just found out what my time was because I didn't really get a chance to get a good look at it. But, hey, pretty exciting stuff.
Yeah, well, let's go ahead and take a look at that. And you can kind of tell us, you know, obviously we know it hurts in the end of 200 butterfly. But right here, you know, Jack Conger's in the lead. There you are, fourth from the bottom, and you're just reeling them in. What's going through your mind right now?
Well, if I'm being completely honest, I was peeking at him really hard. I was looking straight over there a lot. I've raced Jack a lot, and he's one of those guys that kind of terrifies me. Because he tends to beat me a lot. But, you know, it's something I've been working on. I've been really trying to perfect my back half. I think that's the strongest point in my race, what I might call my secret sauce.
Yep.
So I'm really glad I figured out enough to actually get him this time.
Yeah, you've been really doing that with the back half. I think a lot of people know that, and they were probably that's why they were going out so fast, because they know Justin's going to really be reeling me in.
Yeah, and you know, it was actually a mistake I think I made at NC2As not too long ago. I kind of thought, hey, I should work on my weaknesses, my front half and all of that. And while my front half was great, my back half suffered. And working with my coaches now, really been trying to make my secret sauce the best in the world.
First of all, bear down. Second
Yep.
of all, you were talking about, you know, seeing who was there. You saw Jack. Did you know where Chase was at all in that race?
I did not. The only guy I was peeking out was Jack the whole time.
Well, that's pretty good, but you knew it was a stacked field. You knew anybody could win.
Oh, absolutely. I could have been looking around, but I mean, if I was going to look in a direction, I just figured it should be Jack.
Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, he was in the lead. I mean, that's the guy
yeah.
you want to catch.
Yeah.
Okay, so Amy's a fellow Wildcat. I'm a fellow Tucsonan, so we're all feeling good here at the Deck Pass Live Desk to have Justin with us. So, you know, what have you been doing, let's say since NCAA's last March, to get you to the point where you're now USA National Champion?
Well, the unfortunate thing is it was a lot of bulky fly sets, a lot of stuff working on my back half, trying to figure out how to go fast when I'm at my most tired. And I've been working with my two main coaches, Beth Botsford and Cliff Robbins, and they've been emphasizing that a lot, and I think it showed.
Yeah, definitely did.
Now, you know, you're having a lot of fun, and I think that that's really important. I mean, when you were out there and you were in the ready room, talk to me about having fun. What were you thinking about? Were you smiling, laughing, listening to music?
Well, I was definitely laughing a lot. I've got a lot of good friends that were in that. I mean, I basically know everyone. Zach Harding, we go way back. We've done a lot of meets together. And we were kind of joking around a lot, having some fun with it, you know.
Good.
Yeah,
just trying to keep it loose.
So as we said, 200 fly hurts, and I know you were hurting at the end of that. And we're going to show the video of your celebration. I mean, where did it come from to be able to celebrate like that? I mean, when your arms are just like rubber.
Well, honestly, the way I swim it with the back half, it doesn't hurt so bad. You know, it hurts more to front half it. So at the very end, you know, I kind of had some energy going.
Uh-oh.
What?
So Beth and Cliff are going to be hearing this and saying, okay, he needs to be working harder if he didn't really hurt as much.
Yeah, I might have gotten myself in a little bit of trouble there.
You might have to take it out a little bit faster next time, if at all possible,
maybe.
right?
Yeah.
Maybe we can look for that.
Yeah, I'll give it my best.
All right, perfect. Now I have to ask you, since you were laughing, you were having a great time, do you like Apple Music or do you like Spotify? This is my question.
Oh, you know what? People are gonna think just such a loser. I use Pandora.
You do?
Yeah, I'm not in this millennium at all.
Me either.
A millennial saying he's not of this millennium.
I don't even have music downloaded on my phone. It's kind of I listen to radio in the car.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I'm one of those guys.
Listen, as a radio person, I say thank you.
Yes.
There we go. Keep radio alive.
There you go. Let's look forward to 2020.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
how do you go from here, what you just did tonight, into 2020 and making that Olympic team, going to Tokyo?
Right, well, typically I really don't try and think too far in the future. I try and go one thing at a time.
Okay.
Really one race at a time and even one lap at a time. So I can't say I've been thinking a whole lot about 2020. I was really trying to focus more on getting this meet done and making sure that I make a team.
So have you ever been to Tokyo?
I have been to Tokyo back in my junior team days. I did some meets. I've only ever been to Asia, though. I guess it's kind of a curse. I've been to a lot of international meets, never anywhere outside of Asia.
Well, I think this is fate then. If you've only been to Asia for meets, I think it was set up that you're going to Tokyo.
I know. I just keep going back.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. I think that the Japanese are really going to like you.
Yeah, maybe. I'm actually half Japanese myself.
Oh, well, there you go.
It,
I
yeah.
think this was sealed in stone that Justin Wright was going to be going to Tokyo for the Pan Packs, and, who knows? 2020.
Right, cross your fingers.
That's going to be great. Well, Justin, thank you so much for joining us. Congratulations on the 200 fly. The rest of the meet's gravy for you.
Right? Yeah, I only have one other event, so 100 fly.
Nice.
It's kind of a fun one.
Yeah, that is pretty fun
luck.
compared to 200 fly.
Yep.
All right, so from the men's 200 fly, we had another electric event where anything could happen. It was the men's 100 freestyle, or the women's 100 freestyle. And of course, we had Simone Manuel, the co-champion in the Olympics in 2016, the reigning world champion. But we had Margot Gear taking it out really hard with Simone. But Simone was out first, Amy, and I think when Simone's out first at the wall, nobody's going to catch her.
No, there is no way. Simone has so much back half speed. This woman is absolutely incredible. And I'll tell you what, we've all been watching her for a really long time. And you can almost see that. Watch this right here. She kicks this into another gear. You can see that right arm starts going straight. And you know when that right arm is straight, she is winning. No one is going to catch her.
And she was right on her best time, 52.54. American record's 52.2. So she's got to be really happy with that. She knows there's some things she could tweak. She said her turn wasn't very good. So, that's more than 3/10. I think we might see an American record from her in Tokyo.
Yeah, I think absolutely. I thought it would happen here tonight, but like she tweeted, bad turn. There we go.
That's okay. Mallory Comerford, Margot Gear, and Abby Weitzel going to be swimming on the 400 free relay. That's going to be a stacked field for that relay. The Australians, they're tough, but I think when you get the Americans in there, and now the way Simone was swimming, I think it's going to be a really good relay.
I think it's going to be so spectacular. I think it's going to be kind of a 2000-esque, if you will, back when that big rivalry was going down with the U.S. and Australia. And I truly think that with this team they have right now, there is no way the U.S. does not walk away with a gold medal in that 400 free relay.
Yeah, and another 400 free relay is going to be exciting. Is Australia versus the U.S. in the men's 400 free relay, and we set it up really good here. We thought it was going to be Caleb Dressel and Nathan Adrian fighting for the win. Michael Chadwick, there a second from the bottom, was out first, as he did in the prelims, and Caleb Dressel down there at the bottom of the screen in lane number 1 was trying, and then Nathan Adrian in lane number 3 was really trying to surge, but then last 15 meters, the field started to catch up, and nobody was looking at Blake Peroni out there in lane number 6, third from the top.
And there he was all by himself. That's kind of an outside smoker a little bit. And it almost looked like we weren't going to have Nathan Adrian make this team in Tokyo, and he did. He finished second, but Blake Peroni, what a great time, 48.08. Love it.
And then Nathan Adrian gets in that second place, and then Caleb Dressel, a little bit of a shock, not a little bit, a big shock, getting 6th place. So 48.08 for Blake Peroni, 48.25 for Nathan. Townley Hoskins on the Pan Pac team in the relay. Zachary Apple also does. And look down there, Caleb Dressel in 6th. So I also want to point out that in the B final, Tate Jackson from Texas, 48-20, which would have gotten second place in the final. Now, you're probably thinking, okay, he got second place, so he should take Nathan Adrian off the Pan Pac team. But unfortunately, you have to do it in the A final. So Tate Jackson's going to be staying home knowing that if he had done that in the final, I think he's going to learn from that. And I think in 2020 at trials, he's going to be putting forth something really good. So bad news for Tate Jackson, but I think it's a valuable lesson learned.
I think it is, and maybe he's not going to hold back as much in prelims, because you could tell that he was definitely holding back. So there you go, kids.
Definitely was. All right, so another big race of the night, women's 200 butterfly. And after Haley Flickener broke the U.S. Open record set by Mary Meyer this morning, we're going to see how she was doing. But I was really excited to see Katie Draybach really holding her own with her.
Yeah, she really was, and it was really fun to watch these two kind of go back and forth, and it almost seemed like every 10 meters there was a different leader up until, of course, at this point right here where we're coming into the last 15 meters. And look at Haley. I'm telling you again, getting the booty up, very minimal kick, and getting her arms over, and it looked like she could have gone another 200.
Probably could have. And then Katie Draybach, a little bit of surprise. I didn't really know she was a good 200 flyer. I mean, she's been nominated 200 free, 200 IM, so we got to be looking for her later in the meet to be adding some events to her Pan Pac schedule.
Well, exactly, and you always have those swimmers that kind of make that breakout meet, and maybe this is hers.
This is hers, and she's always been right there. She's been right on the cusp, and now she's going to be going to Tokyo, and I think there's a lot of confidence. But, you know, it's the Stanford women's team has just been doing so well. So this kind of just exemplifies that, you know, these ladies have been having a lot of confidence winning the NCAA title and just carrying it through the whole spring and summer season. And congratulations to Katie Draybach. And, you know, we had another Katie that we'll talk about a little bit later, Katie Ledecky, who was no surprise winning. But we're going to be we'll talk about the women's 800 free a little bit later. We're going to take a break. And when we come back, my chat with Olympic champion Dana Vollmer.
To make up my mind, so many things that I wanna try. Do I really have to decide?
With new flexible USA swimming memberships, you can be on America's swim team and still do the other things you love.
So many things that I wanna try.
Welcome back, everybody, to Deck Pass Live. Standing next to me is 2012 Olympic gold medalist in the 100 butterfly, Dana Vollmer. Dana, it's so good to see you. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. It's nice to be here.
Well, I'm glad that you're able to break away, because I know that your second son, Riker, just had his first birthday a couple weeks ago. What was his first birthday party like?
We were traveling, so we went down to see my parents, so we're really into the smash cake.
Oh,
so
yeah.
He was a little more tentative than Arlen was, so we just kind of had to put some frosting in his mouth, and then he got into it. But,
yeah, smash cake, I've read, is a big thing to do. When they're a year old, yeah, it's really cool. And for the parents, too, I've heard they really like it.
Yeah, I mean, they're just covered in frosting, and, you know, the cake still tastes good, all smashed up.
Yeah, it's all food. So is there any difference in what you do as a mom for your second child as opposed to your first one?
Yeah, I think just being more prepared. It's one of those where when I was by myself with Arlen, I remember being so overwhelmed. And if I just have Riker, I'm like, oh, this is easy. I only have one child with me right now. And I'm traveling this weekend to Seattle just with Arlen. And it's one of those, I think, the second you've just been through it a little bit before. So we're trying to still make things just as important for him as they were for Arlen. But, I mean, Riker's already running around trying to chase Arlen, trying to do everything that Arlen does, and his little personality is starting to come out. So it's a really, really fun time with them right now.
And in the middle of all this, you're in the pool training, and I understand you're here in Irvine at U.S. Nationals, but you're not competing. So talk about the decision to step away from competing this year.
Yeah, it was a hard decision. It was one of those, you know, you make that goal to come back. It was my goal to be here, and having two kids is challenging, and I felt like I needed more time to come back. I still now have 2 years till opening ceremonies, and to be able to give myself that time to train the way that I want to train. And I feel like the way I've been able to continue to be in the Olympics and continue to be faster is to make changes. And this was the perfect time when I'm getting back into shape, I'm re-getting my feel for the water to make a lot of stroke changes that Terry and Milt have seen that they want me to change.